Hello, I'm Amber Uper, and this is a model kit review. And as you can see, for this review, we have a 1/72nd scale model of the Italian flying boat Kent Z501. And this is the actual flying boat. It's got a central hull that rides in the water, as opposed to a float plane. And this is made by Itagliari. This is an older kit. I don't know how old, but it's an older kit, white box. This came to us by way of eBay, as usual, on the second-hand market. So let's take a look at the box. And over here we have a group of other models that are made by Itagliari, in case you're interested. Let's see, on this side it's got the plane information. Let's see, the 501 featured a wood construction, central hull, and extensively braced parasol wing. Originally conceived as a reconnaissance bomber flying boat, the Kent Z501 first flew in 1934. So there we have it. It was an early mid-30s design. So let's see what's inside the box, shall we? Take it off. Okay, first thing we see here is the instructions and the decals. So let's pull the decals out. Now these decals aren't too bad. The white in the middle here has not faded out. Of course, it may actually be white and not clear, so that would make a difference. Because you can see on the clear sections here, it's yellowed out. So kind of gives you an idea of the age of this model. It's got the markings for 3 different planes, I guess. We'll take a look at that in the instructions. Alright, let's push the box up here, take a look at the instructions. And of course, here's the front. So let's open it up. And the first thing we see is the sprue layouts. And let's see, yeah, you can see all of that. So you got your different model sprues, or parts sprues. And then we get into the actual instructions. So let's see, figure 1, we've got all of the interior parts to build. And it looks like there's a fair amount of interior parts. And to put them inside the body. And then we go across the page here. Figure 2, once you got the body put together, putting the floats out there, because this is all built on the struts that support the upper wing. And then you've got your upper nacelle with the engine in it. And that also has a defensive gun position in it, which I found interesting. I have to wonder, how did they get up into that? I'm sure there was a way. It looks like there's a hatch right here in the bottom. You just have to climb up in there. It also houses the motor. So then we get to the next section, and here's your motor assembly. This looks like it had an inline engine, so there's no engine details, just your radiator, and then your prop, and then here's your wings. Put the wings together, put them on there. And then if you're carrying bombs on the struts, here's the bombs. This being an early war design, or actually a pre-war design, it didn't carry a heavy load. This was more of an observation plane than anything else. And later in the war, these were used for primarily for sea rescue, because they were outclassed by all of the other flying boats and didn't have good defensive capability against the later fighters. So anyway, here's your struts for the, well, this is for the carriage, in case you want to bring it up out of the water onto land. It's got the little wheel carriage that goes under the float, so you can build it that way for display purposes. So let's fold this over here, and here is, yeah, there's 2 of the 3. Let's open it back out. Let's see if I can get them all in the camera. Probably not. Oh yeah, they just barely fit. So here's 3 different versions of the aircraft. I believe this is Spanish Civil War markings. And then I don't know what the other two are. I'm not familiar enough with them. But here's your paint colors and how they correspond to the way they are on the instructions. So this is your painting and decaling section. So that's the instructions there. They're pretty good, about average for a decent kit. The Itagliari kits were rather good kits in their day, and probably still are actually. So let's see, all the parts are out of the bag except a couple of seats here. Let's pull those seats out of the bag also. Alright, so these are seats that go somewhere in the plane. I'm assuming it's pilot, co-pilot, whatever. So we're going to put those in the box. Now we're going to do we'll do the clear parts last, because then I can use the box for contrast. So here's one body half. Now let's take a look at how long this plane is. Just curiosity here. So you're looking at a little more than 8 inches long, and the wingspan is wider than that, of course. Or if you're metric, you're looking at about 21 centimeters. So here's your first one, the first sprue. I'm going to make sure I get the bottom of that sprue into the camera. Okay. So apparently this must have gone here and just had been detached. So here's both halves of the body. Here's that upper engine nacelle. Here's your engine cowling. Let's see, all your strut work. There's your various struts for the wing floats. And little parts over here, lots of little parts. There's actually an anchor for this thing. That's pretty good. Alright, so that's one sprue. There's two main sprues on this. Here's your other sprue. There's your upper and lower wings. Let's see, this is another engine cowling. Now, there's probably two versions of this thing, depending on which one you build. There's bombs. Here's your wing floats. This is the bottom of that upper cowling, the engine nacelle cowling with the door hatch. There's your two pilots over here. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm not sure what that is. That may be parts for the carriage, for when it's sitting on the carriage on land. I bet you that's what that's for also. These, I believe, are buckets for your defensive gun positions. Alright, so let's put those parts over there. Bring this box back down. Now we can look at the clear parts. So you can see this has a stand. And then there's your main canopy section. And then we have, these are various turrets for your gun, defense gun positions. I'm not sure what all of these are. Perhaps landing lights and other things like that, lenses. There's not a whole lot to these, but there they are. So let's take a look at the plane and see where the defensive positions are. Okay, so let's just use this. So you've got an upper nose position. You're not going to have anything in the bottom here because it's a flying boat. That's the boat hull. You've got the upper nose position. You've got the rear body position. And then you've got the upper engine nacelle position for defensive guns. And of course, if you can see this, there's different versions of those positions. This is more of an open canopy, probably 1930s era, and these are the more closed canopies for your turrets. So that's the model. So we'll just put that there and that there, and we'll get that out of the way. And so do this. So there you have it. There is my model kit review for the Itagliari produced Italian flying boat Cant Z501 in 1/72 scale. Thanks for watching.